Uh, this is Raki, and you are watching my YouTube channel, that is Biology Prospects. Friends, today I am going to explain the 10th standard ICSE second chapter, that is the cell cycle and the cell division part 2. And here are the 4 learning objects are including in this part actually. These are the 4 different learning objects are the cell cycle and its various phases, the difference between the meiosis and the mitosis, significance of the meiosis and a homologous chromosome, and the crossing over as a means of the variation. So among these are the 4 different topics. The first 2 topics I will start first, and then after we will discuss the last one. So let's start the first topic, that is cell cycle and its various phases. So friends, the previous chapter we have already completed the mitosis division, and I have already told you this is the division where the chromosome numbers are same and it is not differ or not hampering in the parent cell to the daughter cells. So now today I just going to explain the cell cycle and various phases. The cell cycle, actually the phase or so called, that is, it is a series of the event in a cell that is leading to an increase the mass and the cytoplasmic components of the cell, a duplication of the DNA, and then the division of the nucleus and the cytoplasm of the cell, and finally forming the 2 daughter cells. That means I want to focus that just before start the meiosis cell division or just before start the mitosis cell division, the cells are prepare itself. That means cells get ready for itself, that they are entering the mitosis division, or the mitosis division has to be start over there or not. Mitosis division, the 2 phases are important, that is the karyokinesis and the cytokinesis, and before start these are the 2 phases, the cell gets ready for itself to enter that particular phase. These are that phase are known as the cell cycle. So whenever the cell cycle we discuss, we are always just focus on the 2 phases of the cell cycle. These 2 phases are first phase, that is the I phase, and I phase or the interphase, and second phase, that is the M phase or the mitosis phase. Okay, so I have shown the slides on the screen. You have seen there's a phase of the cell cycle. The cell cycle, that is the diagram are interpreting, that is the different phase of the cell cycle. But these are the whole phase we divide into the 2 category. First, that is the interphase or the I phase, and so called that is second one, that is the mitotic phase or the M phase. So first one, that is interphase, it is the phase where the cell get ready for entering the mitotic phase or the M phase. So what is interphase? Little bit elaborately I just going to explain now. During the interphase time, a cell prepare itself for the cell division. The interphase is the longest phase of the cell cycle, and it is metabolically the most active phase of the cell cycle. Why it is metabolically active? It is metabolically active because in this particular phase inside the cell, the cell components which is actually going to divide, means karyokinesis phase, the nucleus part, which is the main component of the nucleus, that is the DNA, RNA, chromatin materials, this is the part, and the cytokinesis part, that is the number of the cytoplasms and amount of the cytoplasm and the protein. So these are the different components, increase their amount, increase their volume inside the cell. This is the time of the interphase. So interphase time, the cells increase the volume of the cytoplasm, increase the number of the chromatin fibers, increase the level of the RNA, DNA, and at the same time it is increased the number of the mitochondria and the somewhere the plant cell, the chloroplasts also. So wherever it is the interphase stage, during the interphase stage, the mainly the metabolically the most active phase, because the cell increase the amount or the number of the DNAs or the amount of the cytoplasm also. So basically this interphase stage are differentiate according to the 3 stage. These are the 3 stage are indicate the first stage, that is the G1 or the growth phase. The first stage, that is the G1 phase or the growth phase. friends, what actually happen in this particular phase? The three things are happens in this phase. First of all, the G1 phase, the ribonucleic protein, or so called, that is RNA, and the protein synthesized. RNA and the proteins means inside the nucleus there are the hereditary component, that is chromatin fibers, are already present on the surface area of nucleoplasms. The nucleoplasm itself a proteinous part of the nucleus. At the same time, the RNA proteins and the DNA proteins. RNA proteins also present outside of the nucleus, where the rhizoplasm or the ribosomes or the part of the endoplasmic reticulum, they are the small ribosomes are present, so but there the protein synthesis take place over there. So these are the part, the RNAs, and in the protein synthesis means inside the nucleus the amount of the nucleoplasm, it is also increased in this particular G1 phase, and the cell size increase due to increase the volume of the cytoplasm. Obviously outside of the nucleus, the volume of the cytoplasm, it is also increased, because one cell getting divided and produce the two daughter cell, and the both cells are contain the same number of the chromosomes, same number of the cytoplasm. So it is very important that cell are be ready and increase the amount of these are the particular components inside the cell. So RNA and the protein synthesis take place, cell size increase because cytoplasm volume increase, and secondly I already told, that is the mitochondria and the chloroplast also divide in the G1 phase. That is the first phase in the interphase time. Now for the second phase, that is the synthesis phase. The second phase, in the synthesis phase, actually the two phenomena take place, or two incidents happen, and these are the two incidents. The first is a very important thing, that is the DNA replication occurs. What is DNA replication? Previous class we have already learned the DNA replication means the formation of the new DNA strands. Friends, the chromatin fibers, this is containing the DNA molecules and the histone molecules. This is the combination of DNA molecule and histone molecules. We have already familiar about that one. And during the cell division time, these are the chromatin fibers are condensed and shorter in the form, and it is formed into the chromosome. So whenever the chromosome formation take place, automatically the DNA's numbers should be increased, the amount of the DNA increase, and obviously that is the DNA replication occurs. Now the chromosomes are duplicate but remain attached. What is the meaning of that one? That means that inside this nucleus, the S phase, the chromosomes numbers increase, but the chromosome are the separated, the chromatin fibers are start to shorten in form, and these are the coil form, they are uncoiled and they become a separated each other, but remain it is attached proper in the just after finish the S phase, and then after the G2 phase, when the M phase started, in the first stage of the prophase, the chromosomes are completely separate each other. So now that is the G1 phase, that is the number of the RNA and the protein synthesis take place, cell size increase because of the volume of cytoplasm increase, and the mitochondria and chloroplast division take place. The S phase, that is the DNA replication occurs, chromosomes are duplicate and remain attached. Now the last stage of the interphase stage, that is the G2 phase, and this G2 phase actually revise the first two phase. That means G1 and the synthesis phase is revised, or they are exact, the cells are getting properly ready to enter the next phase, that is the M phase. Okay, so now we can define the G2 phase like that way. It is the gap between the DNA synthesis and the mitosis. Cell continue to grow, more protein and the synthesized. That means whatever the phenomena, whatever the two incidents take place in the G1 phase and the S phase or the synthesis phase, these are the two phenomena are continue into the G2 phase, and G2 phase indicate that the cell get ready to enter the next phase for the cell division, and that is known as the M phase. But friends, there are one question is there, that is every time the all cells, all the different type of the cells are not ready to enter the division, or so called, that is the in human body all the different type of the cells are maximum cell 99% cells are divide and produce the new one cell, but the few cells are present in the human body, they should not divide for anymore. So this type of the cells are going for the G0 phase, and this is known as the resting phase. So after interphase, the next phase, that is the M phase, but wherever the M phase is not getting started, So friends, whenever it is getting start, the G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase, after completing the G2 phase, when cells are get ready to enter the M phase, that means the cells are enter into the mitotic division phase or the cell division phase. But few cells which is not interested for the further division, so called the cells which do not divide further and do not proceed beyond the G1 phase, these are the enter into the G0 phase, and such cells are said to be quiescent phase. Okay, the G0 phase, the cells which are not going to enter into the M phase or not going for the enter for the further division, they are said to be the quiescent phase. And the very common example, our human nerve cells, human RBC, our skeleton muscular cells, these are the cells which are not going for the further division. So G0 phase is also included into the interphase, but interphase actually the phase where the cell get ready for the next cell division, the DNA replication take place, RNA protein synthesis take place, cytoplasm increase, nucleus size increase, as well as the cells are also getting ready for the according to the mitochondria, number of the mitochondria and the chloroplast also increased. The G1 and the S phase, these are the all things they are ready itself. And then after, when they enter into the G2 phase, the cells are completely prepared for the pre-mitotic phase. This is known, G2 phase is known as pre-mitotic phase. Actually the cells are completely ready over there, but the cells which is not willing to going for the division for the further, or we can say the cells are which do not divide further and do not proceed for beyond the G1 phase, this type of the cells are going for the resting phase, that is known as the G0 phase. And this type of the cells are said as in the quiescent phase. So what is interphase? The exact definition we can explain, that is, this is the longest phase of the cell cycle and it is metabolically the most active phase. Nucleus and the cytoplasms are metabolically very active, synthesizing and storing all those substances which are essential for the cell division. So it is also known as the preparatory phase. Okay children, so now we are going to explain what is M phase or the mitotic. Okay children, now the slide explain us that is the whole circle, that is a round way. According to the red arrow you have seen, the starting from the G1, that is interphase, it is entered to the S phase, that is the DNA synthesis, and after that G2, that is the cell growth. Then after there the two phenomena take place, two incidents take place. Actually these are the two incidents. First one, that is the karyokinesis, nucleus division, and second one, that is the cytokinesis, cytoplasm division. And then after, these are the two division completed, the two daughter cell formation take place. So these are the two combination of this, these are two division, that is combinedly we say mitotic phase or the mitotic division. Previous class, the cell division, I have already explained what is mitotic division and their different phases, that is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and the telophase. These are the phase are the karyokinetic part of the mitotic phase. It is repeat over here, and after completing the telophase, again the cytoplasm start to divide in the cytokinesis form. The cell in the animal cell, the cell membrane arise, and the plant cell, there the cell plate arise. So this is the cyclic way performing, these are the steps, so it is called the cell cycle. I repeat once again, in the interphase, I phase and the M phase, mitosis or the mitotic phase, that is are the two phase of the cell cycle. In these are the two phases. The first phase, I phase or the interphase, the G1 phase, that is the cell growth, the GS phase, that is the DNA synthesis, and the G2 phase, that is the cell growth. And just after completing the G2 phase, the cell is not willing to divide further more futurely, that is the cell going for the resting phase, that is the G0 phase. It is also called the quiescent nascent phase, and the cells which are willing to divide, they are entering to the mitotic phase, and that is the mitotic phase, the karyokinesis and the cytokinesis. These are the two phenomena take place. Combinedly we call that is the mitotic phase, and after the mitotic phase the formation of the two daughter cells over there. So exactly what are the things happen in the M phase? That is the cell growth stop, nuclear division or the karyokinesis take place, and it's followed by the cytokinesis, that means cytoplasm division. Then after again the G1 phase start, if the cell again going for the further new division. So that's all about the cell cycle and the cell division, or the main procedure of the cell cycle and the cell division part. Now we are going to learn about the next topic, that is the another cell division method, that is known as the meiosis cell division. So friends, what is meiosis? Previous class we have already learned there are the two type of the cell division is there. Is it no? As in a human body or the mammal's body, first cell division, that is the somatic cell division, where the our somatic cells, that is the diploid cells, are divided and the chromosome numbers remain same. It is not be hampering, the chromosome numbers remain same over there. So that is the mitosis division, the four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. And now we are going to learn the second phase of the cell division, or the second type of the cell division, and this type of the cell division only take place in the sex cells or the gamete. Friends, we have already familiar, the human gametes are the haploid number. The human gametes are haploid number. Gametes means for the male the sperm and the female that is the ova. These are the number of the cell, this cell's number of the chromosome is haploid, and these are the particular cell in the individually when they are divide, the first meiosis getting the fusion time, the fertilization time, when these two cells are getting divide, the first division take place, that is the meiosis division. So meiosis is the modified mitosis in which chromosome divide once and the nucleus divide twice. That means the chromosome number, it is only one time divided. That means from the diploid to the haploid, one time the chromosome divide in particular gamete, but the nucleus of this particular gamete, it is divide the two times, so called the meiosis division. The total, and after the division, the total number of the cell, that is the 4. I repeat once again, the meiosis end of the meiosis division, the result, the total number of the cell produced, that is 4 cells are produced, as comparatively the mitosis division, at the end of the mitosis division, the number of the cell produced, that is 2 daughter cell. Is it clear for everyone? The 2 daughter cell produced after completing the mitosis division, and the 4 daughter cell, or the 4 cells are produced after the meiosis division. So in the slide is very properly I just explaining the picture which is explained the meiosis. This is the only the one sex cells is there, either it is a sperm or it is a ovum. So the number of the chromosome is reduced to half in each sex cell, because the fertilization time, the sperm and the ova both are fusing together and form zygote. So called, that is the two gametes are fused together and the first cell arise, that is zygote. Is it? In the reproduction chapter I will explain these are the points properly. In this chapter, that is the meiosis chapter, only we just focus how the chromosome number maintain into the zygote. So first one, that is the first, that is 2n number, is indicate that is the first 2 gamete when made, that is the first gamete is a male gamete or the female gamete, when the haploid numbers of the chromosome, that is the first reduction division or the meiotic division of the gametes, that is n number of the chromosomes are there, 2n numbers they are separated, and then after the second meiotic division or the equational division, these are the n produce the 1 pair of the n numbers. Among these are the 4 cells are after the production of this 4 cells. We already know for the male that is the male that is the XY, and for the female that is the X. So these are the two different one pairs of the different type of the chromosomes are present, and then after these are the mix up and form the zygote, and that is zygote. This is the form of the twin. So where it is the, I explain once again, the meiosis is the modified of the mitosis. Mitosis form, that is the twin number chromosome. As usual, the twin it is carried from the daughter cell, but the meiosis division, the twin is split into the single haploid number in each sex cells, and after the division, so the number of the chromosome, the male and the female gamete fuse, and the diploid number of the chromosome pair is restored. So these are the picture explain that the first reduction division, that is the meiotic division, and the second division, that is the mitotic division and or the equational division. And during the meiosis number of the meiosis division, the number of the chromosome become half in each sex cells. The diagram which you see on the screen, that is the one sex cell division, and like that way either the sperm or the ova, this phenomena take place, and then after again the mitosis division followed and the number of the cells are increased. So now for that come on the next point. Okay children, so we have already learned about the mitosis and the meiosis. Children, in your ICSE syllabus, the deeply explanation of the mitosis is there, and which I already explained in the previous class, and the meiosis division, the sex cell or the reproductive division, the meiosis division, only the brief explanation is there. That's why I just prepared the slides, or I prepared my that is the speech like that way only. Okay, very deftly it is not explaining, and it is not comes in your syllabus, so I will not create an extra pressure on you. Then after I just coming on the next point, that is the formation of the chiasmata or the crossing over. What is chiasmata and what is the crossing over? The same thing is that we are already familiar about the two type of the chromosome. Previous class already I explained the female, that is they containing the XX chromosome. The X is the largest X chromosome, that is the XX chromosome, and the male that is consumed, that is the XY type of the chromosome. So whenever the XX chromosome both are the same shape and size, and I told that is the homo pair of the chromosome. Is it no? These are the chromosome that is known as the homogenetic or the homogametic chromosome. Is it? For the previous class I have already explained that one. For here we are again going to say the same words. It is the homologous chromosome. Little bit vary, these are the two definition, because when the two gamete cells, gamete chromosomes are looking same, that is the homogametic, and when they are not looking same, such a male chromosome, that is XY, they are known as the heterogametic. But the chromosome which is chromosome known as the homologous chromosome, actually the two similar chromosome of a diploid cell. That means one male and one female chromosome, if they are the same shape and size, there's the X and the X chromosome. I think X chromosome for the male or the X chromosome with the female. When they combine two similar chromosome of a diploid cells are known as homologous chromosome. Okay, so the homologous chromosome, the pair of the two chromosomes are same shape and size. Okay, and these are the chromosome continue to shorter and the thicker, and each chromosome split lengthwise. When the chromosomes are getting split into the lengthwise and into the four chromatid fibers, obviously these chromatid fibers are joined into the centromere part, and these are the four chromatids are known as the tetrad. Clear? The homologous chromosomes are come close together, and when these are the chromosomes continue to shorten and the thicken, each chromosome split according to the lengthwise into two chromatids, so that each homologous pair of the chromosome which contain the four chromatids fiber, they are joined into the centromere part. It is known as the tetrad. Now exchange the portion of the chromatid between the paternal and the maternal chromatids. So paternal and the maternal chromatids means from the parent sides, I mean from the male sides, and for the female sides, the two one chromatid or one pair of the chromosome or chromatids when share the parts. Okay, when the paternal share the parts of the chromatids, or so called they share the gene, because the chromatids are made up of the genes and the chromatids are made up of the genes and the histone proteins. We are already familiar about that one. So when they are share or exchange the parts of each other, so obviously they are sharing the genes, they are sharing the hereditary materials. In that of the cases, the pair of the homologous chromosome during the meiosis is known as the crossing over or the chiasmata formation. They are just look like a shape of the X. Okay, so the exchange of the portion of the chromatid between the parental and the maternal chromatids of the pair of the homologous chromosome during the meiosis is known as the crossing over or the chiasmata formation. Now we are going to focus on the significance of the meiosis. What is the importance of the meiosis division? Previous slides we have learned that is the significance of the mitosis, and we are told that the mitosis carry the number of the chromosomes in the same, or the number of the chromosome in the same number. The meiosis is just opposite. It is the number of the chromosome is reduced to the half, and it is the mitosis is the result for the repair of the cell, growth of the body. Okay, so reduce the number of the cells. He has said the reduce of the chromosome number, that is the responsibility goes for the meiosis division. So number of the chromosome is reduced to half. Secondly, it is the result for the formation of the haploid sex cells, which after fertilization produce the diploid number of the chromosome in zygote. Friends, after during the fertilization time, male and the female chromosome, they both are become a haploid, and then after they mix up and produce the diploid number of chromosome, and that particular chromosome number signifies our particular living organisms, because we know each and every living organ, each and every animals, they carry the particular number of the chromosome. This number should not be changed. So the number should be fixed, and these are the particular species should be rectified according to the number of this particular chromosome. So this responsibility goes for the meiosis division. So then the part of the chromatid are exchanged between the homologous. It is the variation in the offspring. Obviously, I just told that is the chiasmata formation and the crossing over, the tetrad formation of the homologous pair. When the two chromosomes comes close, the homologous chromosome are come close, and they share the chromatids each other. The two non-sister chromatids, when they formation take place, then they share the chromatid each other. To non-sister chromatid formation take place, and they at the time of the sharing the chromatid fibers, they actually exchange the genetical material, hereditary material. Okay, they exchange the genes. It is rectify the variation of the offsprings. So it is the cause of the gametic variation also, and in the through the meiosis division, the stability of the species should be maintained. Otherwise, the chromosome numbers getting diploid, triploid, or like that. So if the chromosome numbers getting hampered, or it is increase or decrease, the species stability should be in the danger. So it is very important that the number of the chromosome should be maintained in the proper. So that is the first, the reduction cell division, the gametes are produced, and then after the two gametes fusion, the diploid number of the chromosome produce the zygote, and zygote is the first cell or the pre-cells before our life starts of any of the living organism, so called. That is the human. We are reading of the human zygote formation take place in the fusing of the two haploid gametes, which produce the diploid gamete of the diploid number of the chromosome in the zygote. So the 5 points, that is the chromosome chromosome is reduced to half. Secondly, the result of the formation of the haploid sex cells after the fertilization produce the diploid number of chromosome in zygote. Third, that is the part of the chromatids are exchanged between the homologous chromosome for variation of the offspring. Fourth, that is the gametic variation. take place, and last, that is very important, it is maintain the stability of the species. So today's session we get to learn about the 4 points. First, what is cell cycle? The cell cycle is the series where the cell get ready to prepare itself and for the further cell division. Okay, the number of the DNA replication, the volume of the cytoplasm increase, the RNA synthesis, mitochondria or chloroplast division take place. That is all the things that take place in during the cell cycle, and then after the cell is get ready for entering the mitotic division. And mitotic division, after that the different phases are there. There is a prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, which is the mitotic division in the karyokinesis, and then after the cytokinesis the mitotic division over, and each and every one cell that is produce a 2 daughter cell where the chromosome number maintained. And then after, the next topic we learn over here, that is the meiosis division. And meiosis division actually the reproductive cell division where the gametes are the haploid, and these are the 2 haploid gametes when fused together and produce a diploid number of the zygote. So the gamete production, that is through the gamete, the zygote production, in this particular timing the cell division take place, that is the meiosis cell division. In the meiosis cell division, the 2 things is very important, that is the chromosome are divided in the one time or once, but the nucleus has to be divided in the 2 times. And after completing the formation of the zygote, the next time, that is again the mitotic division is continue, and we have already familiar the importance of the mitotic division, and here the today's session we just complete the meiosis division also. So thank you friends. If you are I hope that you understood this today's explanation very properly. It is if regarding any kinds of the queries about my explanation or my diagrams or the any kind of the problems if you face when I going to explain, please you mention in the comment box, and I wish I hope that you are watching my videos very properly. So if you understood the chapter, please like and share our videos, and please click the bell icon for my further next updation, latest updation. Okay, for next class again we will start for the next chapter which is included in your syllabus. So thank you friends, and goodbye now.